evening and thank you for joining us for this 8 News Now special Feeding the Las Vegas Valley. I'm Kirsten Joyce.
And I'm Christian Casares. According to Feeding America, it's estimated that 1 in every 9 Nevadans is suffering from food insecurity. Not only that, last year Nevada came in 8th place nationally among states with the highest projected overall food insecurity. And
tonight we are working to define and tackle this complex problem.
So what does food insecurity mean? It's described as not having access to sufficient food to live a healthy life. For many, it's the result of financial problems and/or lack of knowledge of healthy and nutritious food choices. Food insecurity can even lead to chronic diseases and mental health issues.
And now that the COVID-19 pandemic is easing and inflation is unfortunately surging, more people need assistance. Tonight, 8 News Now will show you resources and provide knowledge to tackle food insecurity. And while not knowing where your next meal is coming from may not be a current problem for you, we will also share ways for you to stretch your dollar and preserve food. Will hunger ever end here in the Valley? That's the question we pose to a number of different nonprofits in Southern Nevada.
Well, one of which is Catholic Charities. They help individuals and families with a number of services, including emergency shelter, immigration and refugee assistance, as well as fighting hunger and improving nutrition for those in need.
And we can tell you the need has skyrocketed over the past few months. It's hard to imagine being without something as simple as food. But many people who come to Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada arrive here because these and other basic needs aren't being met. These days, people are struggling to survive, says President and Deacon Thomas Roberts.
We've seen increases in numbers of first-timers at our food pantry. People that are, frankly, a little embarrassed, a little frustrated, and a little anxious about being here.
Deacon Roberts says that's why Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada exists, to provide help and hope. Roberts raised his own family in Las Vegas. He's been the president and CEO of Catholic Charities for the past decade.
When we give of ourselves to others, it allows us to make more room in our heart for generosity and compassion.
Right now, 2,500 seniors are getting food through CCSN's Meals on Wheels program. That's up from 800 seniors just a few years back. And they still have 500 seniors on a waiting list. Every day, the community meal is packed. It's a free, hot, freshly served meal at 10 a.m. offered to anyone in need, as well as 125 families who come in each day to the Hands of Hope Community Food Pantry. It provides a prepackaged box of food items, including fresh produce, canned and frozen foods. Sometimes as the month goes on, that number grows because people simply run out of food. Do you think we're ever going to be able to tackle hunger here in the Valley?
You know, after being here for 30 years and being in the gaming industry for a long time and then being at Catholic Church for 10 years, I often think that we probably consume per capita more food in this valley maybe than any place else in the world. And it sometimes frustrates me that we see so many people with food insecurity.
But he says they will continue to do their part, help as many people as they can. A stewardship model of time, talents, and treasure through donations, partnerships, and volunteers.
We're going to build and continue the renovation at the campus to grow infrastructure for more meals. Talking to the governor, who I saw over the weekend, our congressional delegation, about the need for more public funding and then private funding.
Incidentally, Catholic Charities has very low overhead. 90 cents of every dollar donated goes directly to helping people. Right now, the nonprofit is in need of canned protein, canned vegetables, peanut butter, cereal, pasta, and pasta sauce.
Well, Catholic Charities isn't the only place in town looking for donations. I spoke to Lisa Segler, the Director of Strategic Initiatives at 3 Square Food Bank. She says the need is big in the Valley and they work every day to close that meal gap. Well, 3 Square Food Bank offers a variety of food programs for all ages, including groceries, home delivery, and on-site meal program. Now, due to inflation, Segler says there is an increase in senior citizens at the distribution. A helpful hand that would not be possible, she says, without the support from the community.
Everyone is part of this solution and really reaches out to be a part of this. But everything from a canned food drive all the way to, we have a robust food rescue program that goes to local restaurants and grocery stores to rescue that food. And then we then turn around and safely distribute that food into the community.
Well, she adds that donations come from everywhere, and 3 Square is thankful for every single one. Now, if you want to help or receive help, you can contact 3 Square. Well, there are also drive-through distribution operated by 3 Square's partners all over the valley, just like this one here, put on by the Consulate of Mexico of in Las Vegas on 6th Street and Hoover. On average, about 250 people drop off food here every single day. They distribute that food on the 2nd and the 4th Friday of each month. One thing to note, it's important to get there early, as many people do line up and are only allowed a certain amount of food. Now, we have a list of all the sites across the valley on our website right now, 8newsnow.com.
Another program that offers services to people living in Southern Nevada, regardless of religious affiliation, is Lutheran Social Services of Nevada. They are open to anyone who needs the assistance. Right now, their largest population, seniors.
Take care. You too.
This gentleman didn't wish to be interviewed, but allowed us to follow him as he picked up food items from Lutheran Social Services of Nevada. He is one of more than 600 households currently getting food from the nonprofit, a number that has increased since the pandemic and continues to do so during this time of record inflation. Any family or individual can walk in or schedule an appointment to pick up groceries twice a month, Monday through Thursday from 9 in the morning until 1. All you need is your photo ID, provide your current address, and fill out a few forms. Nutrition Services Manager Jesus Martinez.
Most of our clients are seniors, and statistics show that 7 out of 10 seniors are hungry here in Vegas, so we don't want that to happen. We live in one of the richest countries of the world, and there's no reason for someone to be hungry.
With seniors on a fixed income, their dollars no longer stretch as far as they used to. And they don't want seniors choosing between buying medication, paying rent, or having food on the table. Martinez says in addition to the food pantry, which 3 Square Food Bank helps stock, Lutheran Social Services partners with 2 churches located in low-income neighborhoods to provide hot meals to seniors every day.
We also have 2 senior meals locations at different areas, Holy Spirit and Living Hope. So where people get a hot meal every day. So they could congregate with other seniors, don't be isolated at home.
There is also an open-air market with fresh vegetables, fruit, and other items, and a nutritional education kitchen offering a 6-week course on healthy eating and cooking.
Do you think, Jesus, that we'll ever solve the problem of food insecurity in the valley?
No, but it takes an agency like us to help as many people.
Lutheran Services also kicked off a one-of-a-kind online food pantry called Digimart. Just prior to the pandemic, Digimart allows clients to shop by logging into the online food pantry system, choose what they want, or they can even use the desktop kiosks. It is currently on pause, but will start back up again sometime in the near future. Christian?
While food insecurity may be harmful to people of all ages, it can be especially devastating to children. Kids suffering from food insecurity are more likely to repeat a grade in elementary school, experience developmental impairments in areas like language and motor skills, and have more social and behavioral problems. Now, to combat this, the Clark County School District provides free meals for breakfast and lunch. Now, that's happening until the end of the 2025 school year and is funded by federal nutrition programs. A Las Vegas woman set out to make a change right here in our community by offering something no one else was: free vegan food.
Yeah, this idea caught on, and now the Las Vegan Food Bank is dishing out help in the form of produce and grains.
Well, our very own Heather Mills takes us to their distribution site, serving up a niche market.
According to one website citing the number of vegans, vegan restaurants, and vegan groups, Nevada is #1 in the U.S. In fact, there's 14,000 people who follow the Las Vegas Vegans Facebook page. Vegan food staples, they tend to be less expensive than meat, but with the price of everything going up, there's a market, and there's certainly a need. Whether by choice or doctor-ordered, veganism is growing in popularity. But in a desert where growing food can be somewhat of a challenge, and with rising food prices, a lot of folks need the extra help.
One regular box.
There was more of a need in the community because of people experiencing the side effects of COVID and the economy.
The initial idea was mine, but the rest has been a complete collaborative effort of all of our staff volunteers.
The concept of the vegan food bank bloomed and really began taking shape at the end of 2020.
Our goal from the start has been to feed our community
food with high nutritional value.
And then our boxes are full of produce, dry goods, and shelf-safe items. Multi-grain, hearty, healthy items.
And no animal products.
And we are a vegan establishment, so no meat, no dairy, no eggs, no honey.
Partnering with United Movement Organized Kindness and Purple Carrot, this grassroots organization is really taking seed.
Hi there, welcome. First name, please.
They've already packed and distributed thousands and thousands of boxes of food, with distributions happening the second and fourth Saturday of the month.
Enjoy your weekend.
They're generating community support and forming bonds with one another.
And it's great putting the boxes together, meeting the fellow vegans, talking about food, recipe, and just supporting the being a vegan.
Jim Larson runs a halfway house in town. He heard about the food pantry from one of his residents.
This is the first time that I've been over here, but I think it's great that they're having quality food and being able to, because nutrition is a major part of anybody's recovery.
And part of Mindy Portinga's journey to give back as the founder of Lost Vegan Food Bank.
We do it because we care about our community.
Well, the Lost Vegan Food Bank is working to obtain grants in order to increase its distributions. Well, as we worked on the special Feeding the Las Vegas Valley, we both found out so much about food insecurity. Yeah. A grim statistic, 1 million Nevadans skip meals or eat less due to unaffordable prices. Well, up next, my story of a Las Vegas man, what he consumes in a month as he chooses between paying the bills and eating.
Plus, the most important thing you should be doing to save money on your grocery bill. Stay with us here.
Who loves the 87,000 new IRS agents that Senator Catherine Cortez Masto just authorized? Instead of reducing spending or simplifying taxes, Cortez Masto again dramatically increased government spending and inflation. She voted against making them focus on the wealthy. Cortez Masto spends, then sicks her massive IRS on middle-class families to pay for it. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
In Nevada, we have a lot of hardworking people.
And a whole lot of sunshine.
And Catherine Cortez Masto, she gets it.
She's done more than anyone to keep Nevada's solar energy industry growing.
Catherine knows investing in clean energy creates jobs.
Brings new businesses to our state.
And helps Nevada families save money on utility bills.
Now that's what I call a bright idea.
A really bright idea. I'm Catherine Cortez Masto, and I approve this message.
My name is Elise, and this is baby Orion. He's 7 weeks today. Baby's Bounty has been wonderful with having a supply of formula for those in need.
Since we launched our diaper bank May 20th of 2020, we've distributed 1.5 million diapers, 3.5 million wipes to over 25,000 of Southern Nevada's tiniest residents.
Just having the diapers that the baby needs, it's great.
Finley supports Baby's Bounty in helping at-risk families with young children.
We've been looking for new ways to help spread the word about how great it is to be a member at Silver State Schools Credit Union. So I asked my friend Mercedes to help out.
Members get awesome perks like great rates, cool benefits, and personalized service.
Wow, Mercedes, that's really loud.
Well, yeah, you asked me to spread the word.
I was thinking maybe you could say it on the radio.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
We're the lifelong local, and we're the Welcome Wagon. In 1972, we saw our very first patient. Ever since, we've been expanding our services, locations, and our team to bring quality healthcare to you, our neighbors. For 50 years, we've called Las Vegas home, and we couldn't be prouder. Thank you for trusting us with your health. Southwest Medical, 50 years of community care.
As we continue to dive into the struggle of food insecurity here in Southern Nevada, there's one thing we can't ignore, and that is inflation. It's continuing to impact families all across the valley, forcing many to seek new ways to purchase food. It's a grim reality that sometimes can't be solved until you see the challenge firsthand.
I haven't eaten a decent meal in like a year.
Robert Wagner moved to Las Vegas from Chicago 3 years ago, seeking a better life. But now he says he's down on his luck.
CHAP is cutting our pay, and I won't pay for rent anymore, and EBT has been cut, and all my benefits are gone, so it's very hard to survive.
According to the USDA, a single adult spends about $411 a month on groceries. The average American spends on average of 8.6% of their disposable income on food. With inflation causing costs to go up, Wagner says it's a struggle.
By the end of the month, I'm already broke, so I'm starving. You know, I'm not eating for about a week. You know, yeah. So I gotta really plan my food out. You know, and don't eat as much as I want to eat.
Small businesses like this one near Arville and Flamingo are key to residents like Wagner because they accept EBT or WIC from their customers. Store manager Sherman Habibian says it's a win-win for everyone.
It's a source of revenue for the store, and the other part is to make it a little bit more convenient for the people that are on WIC or EBT to be able to come over here and pick up some of the necessities that they do need.
With the government's assistance, Wagner says he can pick up some of the basic items to get by, while he continues to seek better job opportunities.
I get food from here, you know, I get little TV dinners.
Stretching our dollars when grocery shopping. If you're not the type to clip coupons, although that's certainly one way to make your money work for you, we've got a number of other suggestions for saving at the grocery store, all thanks to our money savings expert, Andrea Warrock. Meal planning is the most important thing we should all be doing to save money.
Look at your schedule. Do you have a business meeting? Do your kids have a birthday party? You're not going to be cooking for those nights or meals, so then you don't have to buy extra groceries.
Savings expert and mom of two, Andrea Warrock, says this allows you to be specific about what you buy and nothing ends up in the trash. When possible, buy frozen over fresh.
Especially when it comes to produce, even frozen fish is cheaper than fresh fish. This allows you to, not worry about that fruit or fresh vegetable that you bought spoiling if you don't have a chance to eat it before it goes bad.
Grocery stores make 50% of their profits on grocery shoppers' impulse purchases. You can eliminate those by sticking to your list or avoid temptation altogether by ordering with a service. Now, even though there are fees associated, Warwick says you can cut those delivery fees by looking for coupon codes.
Sign up for free trials or go to a site like couponfollow.com. They had deals such as $20 off your first order of $35 at Instacart, 15% off orders at Kroger grocery stores.
And as for going out to eat, if you have a Warehouse Club membership, buy gift cards to your favorite restaurants in bulk. That way you can get 20% savings right off the bat. And of course, Christian, another way to save on groceries, simply saving your food, not wasting it.
That's a great idea. Well, we clear up the confusion around product dating labels, which is responsible for 20% of food waste.
Also, the cost to feed our fur babies is also on the rise. We'll check in with a local pet pantry. Keep it here.
We're the lifelong local, and we're the welcome wagon. In 1972, we saw our very first patient. Ever since, we've been expanding our services, locations, and our team to bring quality healthcare to you, our neighbors. For 50 years, we've called Las Vegas home, and we couldn't be prouder. Thank you for trusting us with your health. Southwest Medical, 50 years of community care.
Washington's reckless, irresponsible spending is costing Nevadans plenty, and Senator Catherine Cortez Masto has also voted for spending that's even more reckless, allowing COVID relief checks to go to convicted criminals in prison, including the Boston Marathon bomber, a Michigan sex abuser, murderers, and drug dealers, and voting to let COVID checks go to illegal immigrants. Tell Senator Cortez Masto to start voting against reckless and wasteful spending to stop inflation.
From the depths of the Dollar Loan Center Arena in Henderson, Nevada, and accessed exclusively on the World Wide Web at don'tbebroke.com, I present to you the Loan Approval Machine. Apply online at don'tbebroke.com.
1 in every 8 Nevadans face hunger. That's why Finley Automotive is proud to support the Just One Project.
Thank you, Tyler. The Just One Project is Nevada's largest volunteer organization. Monthly, we distribute over 600,000 pounds of groceries. We have 13 mobile distribution locations around the valley, so we are able to get healthy food to those who need it most. We know that it takes just one person to make a difference. To volunteer or learn more, please visit thejustoneproject.org.
Here at Silver State Schools Credit Union, we do things differently than other financial institutions. We are a not-for-profit, member-owned credit union. which means you, the member, benefit from better rates and excellent member service. And we make it easy for anyone to become a member. So what are you waiting for? Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
People over profit, Silver State Schools Credit Union.
According to the USDA, 30 to 40% of our food supply is wasted. A big contributor, expiration dates. 20% of food tossed simply because of consumer confusion.
Well, many of us believe food product dates of best by or sell by are federally regulated and indicate the point after which the food is no longer safe to eat. But that's not the case. More now from a Las Vegas grocery chain on how to preserve food.
It's hard to think that hunger is happening right in our backyards. And the contradiction is 40% of food that we produce in the United States goes to waste.
Brianna Martindale with Smith's Groceries says the hunger problem in Nevada is alarming. For children, the numbers are worst.
If we dig even deeper, 1 in 6 children in the state of Nevada don't know where their next meal is coming from.
One solution, Martindale says, is rethinking those expiration dates we see on each food item we purchase. She says expiration dates are not regulated, and that can cause many items to get tossed in the trash.
It doesn't mean that that food is bad. That is just the date set forth by that vendor, saying this may be the best use by date for peak quality and peak taste.
Some options experts say you should consider: take those items with near expiration dates and freeze them. Also, if your fresh produce have a blemish, peel the skin and get creative with recipes. Smith's Groceries is joining the fight with their Zero Hunger, Zero Waste policy, an effort to eliminate food waste in the company by 2025.
If you grab an apple and it has a blemish on it, what we will do is mark that produce down. We put a few items in what we call a red bag and put it on our red bag rack. If it doesn't get sold, we donate it to the food bank like 3 Square.
Your pets could certainly be feeling the effects of inflation with the rising costs of food, medical, and general pet care. There are resources. The Nevada SPCA has a pet pantry that provides food for dogs and cats. It is donation driven. If you have any cans or bags of food your pet may not prefer, please donate them.
Well, groups most affected by food insecurity, single mother households and households with income below poverty level.
That points to certain areas in our valley. After the break, why where you live plays a factor in the fight against hunger.
We're the lifelong local, and we're the welcome wagon. In 1972, we saw our very first patient. Ever since, we've been expanding our services, locations, and our team to bring quality healthcare to you, our neighbors. For 50 years, we've called Las Vegas home, and we couldn't be prouder. Thank you for trusting us with your health. Southwest Medical, 50 years of community care.
Leaders find solutions. Politicians are part of the problem. Take Catherine Cortez Masto and Adam Laxalt. Cortez Masto co-sponsored a bill capping insulin costs. Adam Laxalt called a plan that caps costs reckless. No surprise, Laxalt is personally invested in big drug companies. When they make money, he makes money. That's the difference. Catherine Cortez Masto is lowering the cost of drugs. Adam Laxalt sells out and cashes in. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Celebrate under the stars at the Collaboration Center Foundation's Night en Blanc Gala September 28th at its Las Vegas Ranch campus. This magical evening benefits locals living with autism and other developmental and physical disabilities of all ages. Proceeds will go directly to critical services these families need to thrive. Reserve your tickets now for Night en Blanc, sponsored by our Community Pride partners, Finley Automotive Group, Southwest Medical, part of Optum Care, and Silver State Schools Credit Union.
Here at Silver State Schools Credit Union, we do things differently than other financial institutions. We offer free financial literacy tools to help you make smart financial decisions now and in the future. And we invest in Southern Nevada by giving back to schools and to deserving charities. So what are you waiting for? Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
People over profit, Silver State Schools Credit Union.
My name is Elise, and this is baby Orion. He is 7 weeks today. Baby's Bounty has been wonderful with having a supply of formula for those in need.
Since we launched our diaper bank May 20th of 2020, we've distributed 1.5 million diapers, 3.5 million wipes to over 25,000 of Southern Nevada's tiniest residents.
Just having the diapers that the baby needs, it's great.
Findlay supports Baby's Bounty in helping at-risk families with young children.
Well, tonight we are shedding light on hunger and food insecurity.
David Charnes looks at where it is in our valley by zip code.
Every zip code, there are neighbors that we have here in our valley who struggle with hunger.
Hunger has no barriers in the Las Vegas Valley.
Really, many of us are within 2 paychecks away of not having the money that we need to buy the food that we need.
Jody Tyson with 3 Square says data like unemployment, income, even if more people rent than own a home, can lead them in the right direction.
We can accurately predict the number of our neighbors in each of our zip codes that struggle with food insecurity.
The latest map from 3 Square from before the pandemic shows no zip code untouched. 89106, that's north of downtown, with the highest percent of those who are food insecure, with 89101 just to the east at number 2. Areas with higher incomes like Summerlin and parts of Henderson are vulnerable as well. While where you live may be an indicator, money is the real barometer. When the pandemic hit, 3 Square was servicing some 400,000 people.
It really helps us drive resources like the food you're seeing packed today directly to those zip codes so that we can close that gap on food insecurity.
I'm David Charnes, 8 News Now.
Fighting hunger involves all of us, and our parent company Nexstar is teaming up with Feeding America.
That's right. Scan this QR code and it will take you to our website. Thank you for joining us.